Hi, and warm welcome to a Quantum Astrology report with me, Eva Kristoffersson, from the Soul Warrior Energy channel for the period 31st of May to the 2nd of June 2018. The 31st of May, it's my birthday. It's my solar return. So I will share some parts about that. It's such a weather. It's summer here. The spring has gone over to summer. It's so warm, and my my Havton tree is blooming over there. That's the spirit tree for this garden, the guardian tree. So for this period, my solar return, 31st of May to 2nd of June in the Swedish channel, I put out the rune fire, Kenas, fire. Our inner fire to light up and outer, to transform, transmute, and to turn the light on. The fire is on, the change is here. The rune of fire. And I also took the Quantum Tarot card, 80 cards with quantum physics and tarot, and I got the King of Wands, and that's Jupiter, and that's the eagle. The eagle, the spirit symbol, higher knowledge. And the eagles and those big birds are already in fifth dimension and higher. And Jupiter, it's expansion. It's the Sagittarius. And it's a lot of fire here. And this is the King of Wands. So it's time to step into the leadership. The leadership of me and us. To be the leader in my life, more and more and more. And I also want to share, I got so great response from some of my, both in Sweden and abroad. And I have this, I have my throat and I have my hip pain. And for the throat, I realized by a Starseed read, and of course I have still a sale on my Starseed readings. I have a short queue now, but it's possible to order, and if you do it in May, you get 30% off. So check the details below. Click on Show More button. Click on the text Show More under here, then you see the details to order a Starseed reading. It's so great to be able to share this and remind this for all that have done Starseed readings with me. I have a lot of Swedish now customers. That's great, and it's evolving exactly in the pace I can manage, and I'm so joyful in this creation and in us Starseed coming here and assisting, anchoring the light on Earth. So this, in a Starseed reading, one of my favorite sources, Alora Shane, channel, now she met a young man from Aguila, the bird human, and he came to her, and while they were talking in the night, he was coughing a lot, and then she asked why. He expressed the air, the atmosphere is so thick here, so dense, so I have difficulties to breathe. And of course, I'm not used to be here on Earth. I'm of a higher etheric being from so many other planets around other stars. So of course I have problems to breathe in this thick, dense atmosphere, and especially with the old density of war and fear and everything that has been so strong on Earth. It's now in the ascension, in the birth of the new earth. It's a change in the energy, in the atmosphere, in the air. And the air is the breathing. It's the contact with the source. It's the life. It's also the Gemini air. And Sun will this period be at the royal fixed star Aldebaran, the illumination, the third eye, and in opposition to the royal fixed star Antares all this period. So that makes me much more compassionate with my coughing. And then my hip. And many of us have pain. I have really didn't. I have been blessed with a great physical health all my life, except 1 year with the thyroid, and then now with my hip the last 2 years, I think, and the pain in the hip. But so many, and some of my clients have expressed this pain and to be with medicine, etc. And I just want to share, be very, very kind to yourself. This creation from within, it's the thought, but it's especially, it's the emotional joy, gratitude, happiness. And it's so hard to be in that state when you have a pain. But the first part is to accept and to really be kind to yourself, do kind things to yourself, taking care of yourself, and creating that way to not resist the pain. And of course, take care of the little child, etc., all that stuff. But just that peace with yourself. And trust that what you are going through is the evolution, it's the ascension, it's the help for you and for humanity and for Earth and for this Milky Way and universe. It's impossible for us to ascend without transmuting, transforming all pain, all terrible things, all fears, all wars, etc. And we do this through the pain in our bodies. Trust that. Trust that you do a fantastic work and never judge yourself. We also in spiritual communities, it's so common to build a pedestal, hierarchy, and then this healthy person are more evolved than the other non-healthy. It's not that way. It's not at all that way. It's totally individual. And you create from within. So be really kind with yourself. That's my first and foremost advice, also to myself, to heal and to then come into the health step by step. And trust that it will come. This is the last phase of the purge. Trust it. You can check Aluna Ash if you want on YouTube, Aluna Ash. And she was very sick for 10 years, chronically, with a lot of medicine. But she has healed herself, and we do that also. So, for this solar return, for me, my birthday, I will share the chart. And this is then the 31st of May, and 1:30 p.m. is my birth time. But now, first, I take the general transit energy for everyone here. And we have then the Sun at the royal fixed star Aldebaran here, and Mercury coming up into Gemini, also the ruler of Gemini communication at Pleiades, and Venus coming up closely to Sirius now, the fixed star Sirius that gives us so much, and in opposition to the fixed star Vega in the Lyra constellation. And at this time, we have Moon at the galactic center, some half a day, but really close to the galactic center. The galactic center is at 26, 27 degrees of Sagittarius. That's this great central sun that the Lemurians spoke about, the knowledge, the information, the codes to us. Here is our emotional, intuitive mother. The feminine aspect of us is here this day, the 31st of May, here in Sweden, 1:30 p.m. We also have this water big trine with Jupiter retrograde in Scorpio, with Neptune in Pisces, and with Venus in Cancer. The nurturing, loving Venus, divine feminine, now getting into its true power, the compassion that I spoke about just a moment ago, the enormous compassion of Venus in Cancer with yourself and with everything, and revealing the secret inner ancient knowledge and also cosmic knowledge from other star systems, and with the deep contact to the spirit and to the consciousness, the Neptune. That's great. And we have Mars coming up to the South Node, our collective emotional origin in the free, independent Aquarius, and Mars, our divine masculine energy. And this is a big one. It's the activation of starseeds, activation of twin flames. The true male independence power is coming online. Mars together with the South Node, with this energies that we have now and the influx of the solar flux, and with Pluto retrograde at this magic point where 21 degrees of Capricorn, where humanity started in this Milky Way. The Pluto polarity South Node, the Pluto South Node, planetary South Node, and Black Moon Lilith here healing the old suppression, and Saturn here in Capricorn, and everything that's going on. So this Mars and South Node, and Mars will go over the South Node and then go back again, retrograde. So we have 3 conjunctions the coming month here with Mars and South Node, giving us the opportunity to step into our royal Leo creation here, North Node in Leo. And we have this ongoing finger of God from the North Node in Leo, royal shining Leo, to Saturn in Capricorn retrograde, creating our reality here, our own reality from within, and with the fixed royal star Aldebaran, the third eye illumination with our life force. So we have a finger of God to really land this energy. And it's so splendid that when the sun leaves this in conjunct aspect to Saturn, then Mercury comes up and takes by. So we have all this period, the 31st of May, the 1st of June, and 2nd of June, we have this finger of God ongoing. When I check solar return, as this is my solar return, the 31st of May, this is the energy now given for me for the coming year, from now 31st of May 2018 to the 31st of May 2019. And Sun and Mercury here in the 3rd house, and then we use the 3rd house to see how will this manifest. And I will express, and communicate with the 3rd house. The Aldebaran illumination energy with me, and it's even Osiris here in conjunction, the king, the Egyptian underworld king. And I pulled that Jupiter card with the king to step into my leadership. And with Mercury at its home, Gemini, to communicate, transmute and interconnect heaven and earth. And Moon is in my 10th house, and Moon is at the galactic center, and I have Saturn also here. And then 10th house is what I will this coming year have energy to manifest in the world. That's the soul warrior energy. And it's the moon, it's the emotional connection with the galactic center. And here in my progressive chart, I have my Mars. All this ascension period from 1991 to 2000 to 2032 something, my Mars will be at the galactic center. My progressive Mars is my divine masculine energy right now that I've stepped into. And this giving me the coming year, the divine masculine connection with the galactic central sun, our consciousness, the codes, and the galactic embodiment of the divine masculine principle. And I can then express it with the moon, with the feminine, emotional nature in me in this coming year. I have a big 11th house in this solar return chart with Pluto transforming here in Capricorn and Mars and South Node here. The cosmic origin, 11th house is also like the Aquarius, the cosmic room, the connection with everything, the infinite possibilities. And the Mars, the transiting Mars here in my 11th house with this origin, starseed origin, twin flame origin coming into. And first house, I have Neptune, intuition. I have a first house Neptune in my natal chart also. And Chiron to heal my person. And Uranus in the second house in Taurus. My self-worth will be enlightenment and changed by Uranus, King Uranus. And Venus in my fourth house, building a new home of love. And North Node in the fifth house. Fifth house is as Leo, stepping into my creative illumination. And then a seventh house, I have my progressive moon here at 2 degrees of Libra and my progressive Venus at late Virgo. So this, the seventh house, is the relationship, the deep love relationship, the harmony, balance. So this coming year, have a great opportunity, possibility to create a new relation, a twin flame relation here. Yeah. My Jupiter, it's in at the house cups of the 9th house, knowledge house. Yeah. Mars and my progressive Mars and the moon at the galactic center. This coming year is really promising, not only for me, because we are connected. It's for you also, and for all this ascension period. We're stepping on into the new age of Aquarius now. With all my love, with all my care, thank you for being here on Earth in this beautiful, wonderful time. Thank you. Take deep care. Be really kind with yourself. Bye-bye.